If you wish to understand why this current cold is in Florida and southern Europe right now, take a moment to read. These massive jet stream drops, I've been following the jet stream for about 15 years, and it's been collapsing and spiking farther south more and more regularly, reaching as far as Texas, Florida, and Mexico. In general, though, also very unstable, and dipping farther is not newsworthy events also. I was trying to figure out what happens when it reaches some apex and whether or not it is cyclical or a new trend, as I suspected. I spoke in length with Ara Grock because they can deep search studies far faster than I. After a long conversation that delved into many aspects of the Arctic vortex, we found that CO2 is the primary cause of warming the vortex, causing collapse and excessive waviness of the jet stream. In deep research, finding that for 800,000 years, the CO2 parts per million was held below 300 ppm until the Industrial Revolution, where it increased to 290. Then by 1960, it had rose to 300 ppm, 330 ppm in 1980, and then to 350 to 380 ppm between 1995 and 2005. 350 is thought to be the tipping point where cumulative heat at that level would destabilize the polar vortex in coming decades. The jet stream started to wobble in the 2000s and truly started to become unhinged around 2010. 2019 through 2026 has been the most significant fluctuations, where sudden Arctic air reaching Florida 1 out of 5 years changed to 1 to 2 per year, and culminated 2025 and 26 with 4 to 5 per year at various temps. CO2 ppm now is at 428, with an average increase of 3 ppm per year, with a total stop of human-produced CO2 atmospheric levels would still not drop due to captured CO2 from the last 175 years burping back into the atmosphere for untold decades or even centuries. All known strategies to clean the CO2 from the atmosphere will not currently work at scale. So for now, it seems all general temps will continue to gradually climb, as temps have now changed from what was average 60 miles south of a given area is now the normal temp at 60 miles north. So everywhere seems a bit warmer. However, that increase in warmth keeps lakes warmer into winter, increasing lake effect snow when the jet stream fails and drops cold air farther south and far more frequently. Therefore, both arguments of it's getting warmer and it's getting colder are correct. Southern areas of our continent and the European continent will continue to see rising temps regularly, with sudden and often extended traumatic Arctic drops of freezing temps deep into the south, meaning structures will need to be winterized in the south as they are in the north, and air conditioning in the north will need ramped up also. There's no solid plan to fix this, as most people are too busy arguing that it is or isn't even happening. Well, these last 5, and especially these last 2 years, are the beginning of the end result of human civilization dumping massive amounts of CO2 into the atmosphere, among other smaller issues. But CO seems hands down the larger causation, and people either don't know or agree but don't truly understand to explain it effectively. So yay, that's on my mind, because I love my kids, this planet, and the aspects of humanity that are worth protecting. But most people don't understand that global warming and global freezing are not simply a future thing, it's a right now thing. And if we figure out how to do everything right, at least decades before this now catastrophic event can be reversed. Listen,